You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Archer After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Archer After Show.
Good evening, Internet. Or good morning, or good afternoon. We don't know when you're listening. That's part of the beauty of it all.
We're not there with you. I know it feels like we are, but we're not.
I don't know. Right now I'm trying to invade your ear. I'm trying to get into your brain.
Yeah, it's working.
Through your ear follicles.
Hey, everyone. Bing is for doing. We're here doing another episode of AFTERBUZZ TV for Archer. This is the 12th installment of this 4th season, and it is given the provocative name title, Tunt Part 1. Now, for those of you who aren't maybe listening as closely as you should be, I said Tunt, T-U-N-T, because it's the name of a character on the show. Speaking of names, my name is Greg Goodness.
My name's John Barrett.
I'm Scott Moore.
And guys, I'm Dave Klein.
We should all just switch over our names
Yes, we should.
immediately.
I just want to point out, too, Tunt, obviously, they're on the sea. There's boats and a Sealab involved.
And they ride the air taunt.
Yeah. Also, both of their names are C.
Yeah, exactly, both initials.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, we're
Lots
diving
going on
into
there.
Inception levels here in the title for the first time this season. We got a lot to talk about this evening. Later on in the program, did you know that Archer is going to be moving networks? Sort of, but not really.
Maybe.
Again, intentionally vague. That is for a reason, because it's a little bit confusing. We're going to break it down for you later, but let's focus right now on the show. The beautiful, sort of fishbowl, but sort of not show that we watched tonight.
Let's.
First thing is first, Cheryl-heavy episode tonight. And Cheryl may have finally snapped more than usual. I don't know the right way to say that.
Well, at first it seemed like she was just going insane, and then it turned out that she was right in everything that she was doing in this episode.
Well.
Okay, not well, but I mean, like, she was right to be suspicious. Is more what I
She
mean.
was right insofar as, yes, her brother is trying to get her, what's the word?
He's trying
Put
to
away.
get her deemed incompetent and therefore, ergo,
his
take
money,
the fortune.
Yes, because he only has $500 million, and he really wants that $1 billion. So.
For philanthropy.
But in fairness, Cheryl's probably crazy and should probably go away for a long time.
Well, she is crazy. She is.
Not at all. What are you talking about?
Cheryl tried to kill an air pilot in this episode, which I think is a pretty big deal. She assaulted an unarmed woman who literally had everyone's lives in her hand.
Yes, everybody was on board. And also, we know in previous episodes she's ingested things and other such stuff that maybe she's not in clear mind all the time.
She might have thought she was a werewolf for a little
she
while.
definitely did for 6 months.
For 6 months.
And had everyone lock her away in the ISIS safe house. She, in this episode, is hearing voices that we don't hear, which I think is more troubling
John
than...
Williams. She was hearing?
Who was she hearing?
She's also randomly, like, whispering to someone at some point. I think I turned to Scott, like, who is she talking to? And he just shook his head to me, like, I don't
Nobody.
know.
Well, at one point she says it. You said it was John Williams that she thinks is in her head. But in the past, we've seen all of Cheryl's hallucinations, which sort of makes it okay. We see the ostrich talking. And
So
it's
you're part of it a
oh,
little
it's
more.
funny. And I think that actually her brother delivered one of the more poignant lines of the night when Archer's like, it's so funny. He says, that's not funny. That's sad.
It's tragic.
It's horrible.
Well, he says tragic, and then Archer adds plus time.
But it's true. It's like, at least for the first time, I had the realization that's like, oh, wait, maybe this isn't okay to laugh at. Maybe this is someone having a horrible, horrible, crippling mental breakdown.
Brain disease.
But
Yeah.
Archer does have a good point. Comedy is a lot of times tragedy plus time. You can still... Actually, I guess you can't make Abe Lincoln jokes yet. But maybe
You're like,
one
"It's
more
too
year.
soon."
It's still too soon, but maybe one more year.
Someday.
I also think that we got to see Cheryl, as crazy as she was being, though, a hint of rationale to her, and maybe more in that moment of clarity when she's fighting off the pilot afterwards. And she says, like, see, I told you guys I knew what was up and everyone is conspiring against me. That's probably the sanest we've seen her all season, which was very weird to me. Like, do you guys think that she has finally crossed over into full-on, like, irredeemable crazy? Or is this the beginning of maybe a speckling of sane Cheryl?
Well, I felt like one of the beginning episodes where she was at the hotel hallucinating the entire episode. To me, that was more insane than she was in this episode, where at least like she did realize, and she came to the realization what her brother was doing. And while she was insane and basically trying to kill everybody about it and tackling the cockpit, she still had at least some sort of sense of what was going on, as opposed to previous episodes this season where she literally had no idea whatsoever about anything going on. But yeah, I don't know. Cheryl just this entire season has gone completely insane.
Well, I think that earlier in the season was kind of the fun, like you were saying, it was kind of that fun, crazy, like everyone likes it and it's kind of silly. And this one was a little bit more serious. We got introduced to her brother, and there was a serious side to that crazy edge. But I think she's just going to go back to being crazy, but still semi-coherent, I guess. Still there.
John, do you think that was intentional?
What, the her being crazy this whole season to punch it up with this?
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but
I think so. I think that's probably part of the master plan, to help us see, man, what is perception?
and who's
So
really crazy, man?
Yeah, what is crazy?
One, man. Is that what Adam Reed's asking us? You tell us. We're on the chat.
Yeah. And speaking of
let us know.
being on the chat and on the up and up and on the level, we are on iTunes, as you probably know if you're listening to us. Maybe you're finding us on the YouTube. We don't know. But if you like us, we ask that you rate us. We ask that you comment. We ask that you weigh in and tell us what you think of the show, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. Especially what John is doing wrong.
Especially.
Yes.
John is doing tons of stuff wrong at any
At this
given
very
time.
moment.
You could fill up an entire catalog,
You don't even want to know.
a thick one of the IKEA ones that they send out every quarter. You could fill up that with the stuff that John is doing wrong.
I am messing up, guys.
But we don't know about it unless you say it. So in some weird, crazy formula, it helps keep the lights on around here. And
it helps keep me from doing even worse things.
Involving Tunts?
Yes.
Okay. just confirming.
all that evil stuff that we're doing, we're focusing on, when I think that we really should be focusing on the evil stuff that Mallory is doing and the evil stuff that ISIS is doing.
Mallory went full evil.
Full terrorist.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you guys... Mallory ransoming a hydrogen bomb, not a nuclear bomb, mind you, a hydrogen bomb to the U.S. government, just like, well, we'll get a reward back for it. Full-on terrorist organization now, right?
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
It is.
This whole season too. I mean, there was the moment where she tried to get into a restaurant by faking an attack and pretending that there was someone else going to attack them. There was another moment. I mean, I guess like we saw in season 1 with the blimp, her doing the same sort of thing. But I feel just a couple episomes ago there was another thing that she did that was
there
very
were like
similar.
2 or 3 things this season that she
There's
did
been a
that were very
bunch.
like self-centered. Like
A
I mean, it really comes back to
whole lot of
her
things.
self-centered. Really,
I think it all goes back to her husband.
Well, that was an interesting low point for her too. Morally, is not well. I guess terrorism is also a moral low point.
Do you think
too.
we're going with terrorism, or we think it's more of her just being so self-centered? It's all about what she can get out of it, more than even realizing the repercussions of what she's doing.
I think that's probably part of being a terrorist,
Wow.
right? Is I'm so focused on me and my goal that you know what, everyone else should die and get out of the way. In this case, it's, yeah, she's going after a hydrogen bomb, but also hitting on what is clearly a pudgy billionaire and trying to
Not
seduce
billionaire.
him.
Not billionaire.
No.
500
Yeah,
millionaire.
something with an M, not a B.
Half
All right.
billionaire.
Half a billionaire. There we go.
But
Half a billionaire in 2 billionaires' bodies. Am I right?
But she also got the. It was also good with the moment about her not caring about Cheryl, and then
Not
she gets
caring about Pam either.
Well, no, but then she gets to point it
right.
out to her that, well, don't you want Cheryl not to get infringed and not to be found crazy because you've been trying to steal her money too? And then she's like, oh, that's right. Sends everyone out away from Pam. You can buy another one.
Yeah, that was great.
Or
I'll buy you,
I'll
buy
a
you a
new
new one. Yes,
yeah,
that was great.
I'll buy you a new one. One of my favorite lines.
That was
Well,
great.
I'd like to point out, if we've learned anything from season 2, I think it was, when she gets kidnapped by ransomers, who incidentally think she is Cheryl Carroll, Pam is worth about $5,000. So really
that's
that
more than
big
me
of a-
right now, so that's good. That's good.
That's more than this
I'll take
room
that.
combined, okay? Let's be realistic.
Yeah, I'd only pay $4,999 for Scott.
I think I'm a net loss right now. I'm still paying off that college stuff.
God, that's so
If
overrated.
someone
college.
kidnaps you, they have to pay for your
Yeah,
loans.
they have to pay your loans. That's how that works, right?
So someone kidnapped me.
Yeah, please. Someone come here and kidnap all of us. We're in crippling debt.
It's really going to be interesting to see, though, if Mallory and ISIS as an organization pulls out of this and starts doing something decent with their lives in the coming season. Because you're right, in all these past episodes, it was the oil pipeline episode, not Pipeline Fever from season 2. But when they go into Turkmenistan or whenever Archer is bitten by the snake. I'm blanking on the episode title right now. But that was also for totally selfish reasons, blowing up a pipeline just so you could get as much money as possible.
Yeah.
So we're seeing we shouldn't be surprised at this point, but I think there's something in all of us that wants to be like, you know, ISIS is still the good guy.
Yeah, or
She's gone.
and finding the good things about the characters too, because it just seems like everyone's so self-involved in their own stuff right now.
She's gone Bond villain.
Wasn't ISIS supposed to be like the secret America's version of like the secret agents that they have, right?
It's basically
you mean like sort of like the
as a
KGB and
it's a
I mean, I guess-
privatized CIA.
I mean, I guess
yeah,
it's
like in that
privatized.
same kind of mentality though, like that private.
Yeah, I mean it's privatized, but still, like I thought it was supposed to be for America. That's the whole point. Is they're doing everything for America, and then here they are trying to sell them out.
Well,
So this is the most counterintuitive thing they've done. Period.
that's true.
But I mean, it does lead to, and I don't want to spoil the next topic we're going to talk about, but it does lead to them. It seems like they are going to be doing something for the greater good by accident.
I don't think that's spoiling topic at all. I think that it's a valid point to discuss, is that now there's something actually at stake here. For the first time in pretty much the entire season, because it's always been just either an internal squabble or, hey, there's a lot of money on the line, or I want to get into a fancy dinner. There's never been anything that actually matters, maybe besides the Pope being killed, but we know that they were only hired on the Pope mission because it was assumed they would fail. Now, they are forced into a situation where people's lives other than theirs are literally at stake.
A lot of people's lives.
And it's weird to me because, or maybe perfect, because this is the low point for all of our characters so far this season.
Yep.
Well, see, all they care about is the bonuses this episode. And Pam is gorging herself.
She is on her on the vegan seafood
Yeah,
buffet.
Pam doesn't
which is
even.
fantastic.
Pam's life doesn't even matter to her more than her current immediate pleasure.
Yes, of eating off of that
And
entire
then-
buffet.
Yeah, and you're right. It is everyone's
Allergic
low
to soy.
Because we also see Archer, his high-functioning alcoholism,
Yes.
but to an extreme.
Yeah, he was going all out.
Totally outdoing himself, but that's because he's afraid of the Bermuda Triangle.
Had to drink right out of the blender with a straw,
Right.
which is something I would probably do. So I can't quite.
Cheryl's about to lose her millions.
Although I don't know about you guys, but I did want to see that emergency tracheotomy.
Yeah. Where
Man,
he
my mom, who's a
slices
nurse, would be
open-
ashamed of me for not saying that properly.
Yeah, damn, dude.
That's
The
fun.
emergency silly straw tracheotomy.
That's a long story how I got that pocket knife. Neat.
Neat.
It's not long. It's not interesting. Which
But-
I feel a lot of people should do that more often. It's a long story. Don't tell me that it's
Yeah.
a story.
I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on. When I just don't want to.
I just like telling someone it's a long story, but it's actually kind of short. That's from Trigun for anime watchers.
Who else's low point did we see? Because you're right. We saw
we
Archer
talked about
with-
Mallory, and even with her kind of being like, "Oh, Ms. Oh yeah, wait, I'm married." Yeah. So I mean, you had her besides all of her selfish reasons.
I mean, you got the fact that everybody. I mean, I guess Ray and Cheryl don't care at all about
No.
the mission, and then they're putting on war paint for no reason.
Yeah.
That doesn't even mean anything. It's to look fierce. So then they can argue the bonus. So it's the whole bonus thing we talked about. I guess Alana was the character who didn't hit a particular low point. She was her normal self.
Yeah.
I would,
Cecil hit a low
Yeah.
point in a way. Although it was for the sake of paying off all of his charities that he does, like the 1 laptop per child slave and
Or
1,000
Which
laptops
turned
for a
into
landlord.
Yeah. Poorly conceived philanthropy effort there. I would argue, though, that Lana also sort of hits a low point that she's been building up to this entire season, because it shows she's pretty much totally out of control of the situation. Not that she's out of control in Wild, but she doesn't command the same level of respect or control that she's had in past seasons. It's just like, well, Archer's shooting at the door again now. I guess this is happening. Oh, we're going to become a terrorist organization now. I guess this is happening. Oh, we're destroying all these tapes now in order to, I guess, extract money from Cheryl Carroll. I guess this is happening. So I think that we've seen her fall from a strong, fierce woman to this sort of almost an ancillary character who's just going along
Or
with
just
everything
doesn't really
now.
care.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I
something
can
to
see that.
point out, though, is that Archer had a low point this episode where the rest of the season he'd been growing, I feel like, as his character. Like, he'd been slowly, like, releasing little snippets of, oh, he really does care about Lana. Oh, actually, we had a whole discussion about he really is a good agent. Was another discussion that we had one episode, and then all of a sudden this episode he just went right back down to his low point.
He's drunk and
He regressed.
But something I find interesting about this episode and kind of this whole season is the lack of the Russians. They mention it at the beginning of the episode and how, oh, we have to beat them there to get this payload. So, but then other than that, we really haven't seen very much at all of Barry. There was a little bit throughout the season, but like last year's big season finale involved Barry in space.
Right.
And not much here.
Well, we don't know. I mean, this is, again, going
you don't
into
know.
predictions.
Exactly.
But
It'll be tied
dare
in.
I say, maybe Barry and
tied in.
Katja are nautically equipped bionically and can travel to fathoms below the ocean.
And leagues
It
under
would
the sea.
be good for them because they are trying to fire at the U.S.
It makes sense
Yeah, but-
that, there's a threat from Russia. Now there's a threat from this weird offshoot crazy Sealab 2021 reference.
Howlin' Mad Murphy.
Yeah, Captain Murphy, which I can't wait till we actually get into Sealab and see. For those of you who maybe didn't pick up on it, we talked about it earlier, but this is all building up to a season finale in Adam Reed's first ever project, Sealab 2021, which, if you haven't seen it before, it's really weird but really good.
I think it might be on Netflix now
Oh, is it?
because Netflix just got all of Cartoon Network stuff. So
They did?
just about everything.
Do they have Adventure Time?
Yes, they do.
Oh my God!
Dave's like, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta go watch that right now.
Ended Dave Klein's weekend.
I'm
Yes.
leaving the show early, guys. I'm gonna watch Adventure Time. I'll see you later.
But if you want to know
Come
what's
on,
going to
bring
be
a friend. Sorry.
If you want to know what's going to be coming up in next week's episode, we're talking about, what's going to happen, what's going to break down. If you really want to get all the references and I think be fully submerged in this
Hey-yo!
episode, then you got to tune in. You got to watch a few episodes of Sealab 2021 and
I think I may have to
figure
just
out
to
what's
be
going on.
Yeah, you're gonna want to.
Refreshed.
Yeah, I gotta refresh myself.
Refreshed.
Last time I watched that was in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm a lot older than I look, kids.
Are you though?
87 years old.
I've been eating a lot. I've been eating a lot of vegan buffets.
Well, I won't even say what my age is, and I won't even say where I was when that show was out. So
87
we'll move right past that.
87 years old, 96 years old.
We've been hitting up the soy buffets.
Yes,
and fortunately, we're not allergic to the soy shrimp.
seafood buffet all night long.
Good
And
stuff.
I'm immortal, as everyone knows.
of course.
So
yeah. Greg here is an old one.
Yeah.
I'm the creator and ultimately the destroyer.
Yeah.
So you created
Say
the
nice
show.
things about me on iTunes.
So he created the Immortals and destroyed the ratings.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. A sharp barb with that one. I think
one.
very good one.
Very good.
With that, I think we might as well talk about, we're going to Sealab 2021, which was on Cartoon Network. But is Archer going to a different network? That's the subject of this week's news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So we like FX. We've
Yeah.
talked about it before. We've talked about
Yeah.
their brand philosophy and how a show like Archer probably couldn't exist on any other network. As it turns out, FX is now branching off.
Into what?
They are branching off into, they're still going to be FX, mind you, but Fox is taking their soccer
Yes,
channel.
the Fox Soccer Channel is
which,
going away.
Yeah, for all you soccer fans out there,
Actually, that
terrible
does
news.
kind of bum me out.
And they are turning it into FXX.
It's only one letter away, you guys.
Right, one
only
letter.
one letter away.
I'm hoping for FXXX.
That's
because
down the line.
Then that's
I was
That's
just
down the
hoping
line.
that they just switched the F around. And let's not be subtle.
all right. But they're going to be branching off into basically splitting their shows into two different networks. Now, what it seems to be is that all of their comedy content is moving over to FXX because they're moving It's Always Sunny over there. They're moving The League over there. They're moving Late Night with Camu Bell. Am I saying that right? Kamal Bell. Yeah. They're moving it over.
Isn't it Camille? I think it's Camille Bell.
Mr. Bell. The Late
Yes.
Hour with Mr. Bell. They're moving to FXX. But they are going to eventually sort of diverge and create both drama and comedy on both networks. Now, according to this article on Deadline.com, FXX is going to skew younger. It's going to be like 25 to 55, I think it's in the article. And FX is going to be a little bit older. Not
So like
that much older.
55 to 100.
Yeah, I guess. No, apparently the
That's
difference
Scott
is...
in my channel.
Yeah, right.
The article didn't specifically say where Archer is going to end up,
Yeah.
but I think if that trend is holding true, and if it's supposed to be skewing younger, we can definitely expect Archer, when it comes back, to switch on over to FXX. So adjust your DVRs accordingly and your viewing schedules accordingly, because some big changes are coming.
That's right.
I don't know.
Will be interesting.
As Sam Cooke once said, a change is gonna come. And then he
And-
got shot, and then he said, "Lady, you shot me."
Is that what he said?
Those were his last words.
Oh. Jim Henson's last words were, I think I
Go
have a
watch
cold.
Adventure Time on Cartoon Network. On Netflix.
So speaking of dying words
Jim
and what
Henson
we
knew it.
think they may be, I think that's time to cue up the spooky theremin music.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Predict something.
I think we only got one episode left. I think that we're going to see the culmination of the arc of this season, which is we've burned these characters down to the ground. We've seen them at their worst. They're going to shine, and they're going to shine bright and learn to work with each other and come through and save New York, Washington, and Los Angeles.
Miami.
Whatever.
Yeah, who cares about
Yeah,
Washington?
who cares about Miami? Good-
No,
yeah.
who cares about Washington?
Who cares about the U.S.?
We don't
Go
need the
Mother
government.
Russia.
Predict something.
I predict that instead of going home to play Bioshock Infinite tonight, I'm going to go home to watch Adventure Time on Netflix. But my other prediction would be that they are going to actually do something good, and next week's episode will actually be a redeem episode where they actually somewhat redeem their characters after this week's mishaps.
And
But then
I'll
watch, they're
tie it
going to
up.
go even worse. I mean,
They'll tie it up and
That's
make
how
it
they
all
do it.
nice and neat at the end.
well, I'm not
Predict
saying they're going to
something.
get neat,
Nope.
but it'll
Nope.
at least redeem themselves.
Predict something.
All right, I'm going to go way off from everything else. I'm going to go back from the beginning of this episode where she talks about her mom. Bub? Was it Bub or
Yeah, I think
Bub?
it's Bub.
Yep.
Okay, so I want her to come back. Obviously, we're going to see her mom in some episode, if not until next season, more likely. Hopefully played by Elaine Stritch. Make that happen, right, Adam Reed? I think a good cranky mom. I want to see where Mallory comes from. I want that to happen. Make it so.
Predict something. I think we're gonna see more characters from Sealab, and I think Lana and Black Debbie are gonna have to battle it out.
Ooh, interesting.
I like that.
Can we also mention the voice actress who played Tiffany?
Kristen Shaw.
Yeah.
Funny girl.
Well, she was also Bob's Burgers, another project.
Well, so was Eugene Merman.
Yeah. So.
Cyril.
Well,
Cecil.
I'm just saying, new character. That's my
new
point.
character.
Yeah, new character.
Yes.
Fun new
So
character.
where-
Two new characters.
If you recognize her voice,
And they did great
430
jobs.
Rocks.
Why don't we tell them whoever them is, whoever I'm referring to at the moment. Let's just say
Those
where we can be
people
found
out
in the
there.
general internet ether. I'm at Generic Maverick on the Twitters, and I recently launched my website, greggoodness.com, which is comically inefficient, as am I.
I am at J. Dugan Barrett on the Twitters. Also, come see me perform improv at the Second City Theater in Hollywood on Sunday at 5.
If you live in Hollywood, I guess that
No, come from wherever.
Buy a ticket.
fly out here. You can find me on Twitter at sman80. That's SMAN80.
Hey guys, and I'm Dave Tunt. Again, you can find me on Twitter at the Dave Klein. That's Klein, or my website djk-online.com.
Throwing them off with that Twitter name.
Yeah.
John,
You
are you
tunt.
gonna say it? I think you should.
Check in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you
you
later.
later.
AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.